LangChain is a Python library that encapsulates an open source framework that helps us develop faster LLM applications. ChatGPT is such an LLM. So we started by experimenting in a Jupyter notebook with LangChain. Then we implemented the same sequence basically into a separate local Streamlit web application that later on we deployed in the Streamlit Community Cloud. LangChain, as I said before, it's an open source framework to simplify development of LLM apps. We use just the SQL query generator, yeah, from questions in natural language. LangChain has been exposed on GitHub since October 2022. There are other features like document analysis and summarization, chatbots, code analysis, and yes, retrieval augmented generation, the way we've seen before with Llama Index. This was the first architecture for the local Streamlit web application with LongChain. If you look here, LongChain appears as an interface for both OpenAI API and our database, Snowflake database. So we connected with LongChain to both the Snowflake account and our ChatGPT API account. What LongChain does is it will collect metadata information about all the tables from the specific database that you connected with. And later on, when you issue questions in natural language, it will try to generate SQL statements using calls, transparent calls to ChatGPT. You can see here that on the left side, definitely our Streamlit web application receives these queries from LongChain and will run these queries in the Snowflake account. So your data is safe once again because uh, the query, the data itself is accessed just by the Streamlit web application, but we no longer have to extract ourselves metadata from the tables to ask ChatGPT generate a query based on this table or tables. LangChain will do this for us. The application we've seen before, we deployed it for free in the Streamlit Community Cloud. Of course, we needed to take some precautions because we didn't want everybody to use our own Snowflake account or our own ChatGPT API key. So we provided a form where they can enter their own connection parameters. But for the rest, you can see that both our local web application and the deployed Streamlit Cloud application will both use connect to Snowflake and ChatGPT using the same LangChain library. What was interesting here to see that is that when we deploy this, we had to pass through the files saved in the GitHub repository. So the deployment, for Streamlit is not done automatically from our local computer, but you have to save the files in GitHub, and from GitHub you get an authorization key, and they will be deployed into the Streamlit cloud. Just be aware that it's very easy actually to trigger a refresh of the deployed application if you simply commit some other changes in GitHub.